I always wanted to invest, but I didn't know how to. And it was always one of those things, well, I'll invest in the future. I'll invest in the future was the kick up the backside I needed to get going, basically. In the end, it's probably the best decision I ever made. The change in mindset was the biggest change. Not just thinking about dentistry, about thinking about a bigger picture and obviously start thinking about being work optional. Results wise, it effectively doubled the money I'd put in within the space of 2 to 3 years. And it wasn't a small sum of money. It was enough for me to pay the loan I had off with the practice in one hit with just the profits alone. So might be the difference between you having to work in the NHS till 65 or whatever the retirement age is, retiring at 40 or 45, whenever you want to do on your terms.
Give a brief intro to who you are and what you do for work.
My name's Anish. I'm a general dentist. Got a practice in Bolton. Just do mainly composite bonding, Invisalign, and general dentistry.
Awesome, mashallah. I'll give some a little bit of context. You were one of our first ever clients. I think you joined in the second cohort potentially back in 2021 or 2022, early 2022, mashallah. What was the situation before you joined us?
I always wanted to invest, but I didn't know how to. And I was very busy, and it was always one of those things. Well, I'll invest in the future. I'll invest in the future. And then obviously, when I saw the ad come up for your course, it resonated, and then that was the kick up the backside I needed to get going. Basically, in the end, it's probably the best decision I ever made. It kickstarted a lot of stuff. Just the mindset, the change in mindset was the biggest change. Not just thinking about dentistry, about thinking about a bigger picture, and obviously start thinking about being work optional.
What were some of the main barriers that you were facing around that time? Financial management, investing, etc. What were the main issues that you were facing? Maybe not like actual financial issues, but I'm talking about the main things that you wanted to do that you weren't able to do.
Main thing was obviously at the time I was looking at the course was the time I was going through buying the practice. That was made it financially a bit tighter. And that was a similar time as I moved out of my house as well and got a mortgage again. So that kind of double whammy again. So everything happened all at once. And then from doing that, the time situation was hard as well, finding time to look for investment opportunities, know how, and obviously you're worried about risk as well, trying to do stuff and a risk, and then you're thinking, well, is it even worth it if I don't know what I'm doing? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it all kind of accumulated together, and you get that point where if someone gives you too much information to process, you kind of just don't do anything. Was it analysis paralysis?
Yeah, that's it.
So then that's kind of what situation I was in. Then I was kicking the can down the road. Oh, I'll do it later.
And then once you joined us, what were the major changes that you were able to implement? What was your experience through our system, through our ecosystem and everything? And some of the results that you were able to achieve?
It's just got me thinking about, they don't teach you how to manage money anywhere in school, in university. It's just like, oh yeah, here you go, you make money and go for it, basically. The main thing is just looking at what my expenditures were, what income was, and then just start thinking in terms of long-term planning. That's the main difference. And the mindset was the biggest thing was, obviously think about the day to day, but also think about 5, 10 years. And the courses basically broke everything down into what areas of financial assets, what different opportunities there were, and obviously what was going on and how everything was tied in on a global level. So when you're the investing, the different assets, different growths, and what you should be doing. Obviously, I had no clue before I did the course of any of this stuff. I mean, I didn't even know about the ISA. So I mean, something as basic as that, I had no clue about the tax-free ISA. And then I'm just thinking, I wish someone had told me at 18. And they don't teach you all this stuff. They don't want. I don't mean. Sometimes I think that. I mean, they might be deliberate, so you're not financially. They don't want you to be financially sound. Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Are you comfortable talking about some of the results that you achieved?
It was the time I did the module on Bitcoin. I'm the type of person who, when he looks at something, have to deep dive. Crypto was the one thing that resonated because before then, all I thought it was a scam. Pretty much like, up, down volatility.
Yeah.
But then I researched it and then I looked at the fundamentals and I was like, this is something going on. This is something. And then I found out about the potential for a Bitcoin ETF.
Yeah.
And that was the light bulb moment, thinking this is not good. Once this bell is rung, you can't unring it.
Yes, that's true.
And that's when I decided actually this is I need to do something. And obviously at the time I wasn't flush with cash. because it was the time I bought the practice. So then I had to sort of, well, I decided on what to do, and then just took action. In the end, results wise, it effectively doubled the money I'd put in
Alhamdulillah.
within the space of 2 to 3 years, and it wasn't a small sum of money. But it was enough for me to pay the loan I had off with the practice in one hit with just the profits alone. So
Amazing, amazing.
with that type of thing, I mean, I don't think I could have done.
You've been one of our most delegates. So, one of the things I say to the guys now is looking at you guys who are the most active in the inner circle. Categorically, what I've seen as proof of concept is that the ones that are the most active in the inner circle are the ones that get the best results. It's just from clear evidence. All you guys who are the most active in the inner circle are just constantly the ones that get the best results. Are constantly sending me messages on, as I did this, I achieved that, I was able to pay off XYZ. So I think that's a testament to the fact that just how proactive you've been, mashallah, man. Amazing, amazing. Okay, a couple of last questions then. What would you say to people that hear the fee and they're saying to themselves, it's a big investment? What would you say to them?
I'd say to them, you could probably, if you're diligent and you take on board all the lessons, you could probably, if you take on every lesson, that fee is a very small investment. It's probably the best course you're ever going to do. And if you're looking at courses now, composite bonding, 2 grand, 3 grand, sometimes as much as 5 grand. Imagine doing a course, but actually joining a group or a brotherhood or a sisterhood of people who are all like-minded.
Yeah.
And you don't get that with other courses, the amount of support, the bespoke sort of investment opportunities, all that sort of stuff. So when you look at the price, don't think of the price as, oh, I've got one big hit. Oh my God, I don't know, that's a big hit that month or whatever. Think of it of a small fee to pay for a lifetime of lessons, and potentially might be the difference between you having to work in the NHS till 65 or whatever the retirement age is, till death probably, retiring at 40 or 45, whenever you want to do on your terms, before your health or back gives away. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the difference. So when you think of it as a lifetime investment, then it's nothing.
I agree.
Money you can make, but you can't get time back.
100%. Anyone who's on the fence about, I really want to do this, but maybe time is a little bit worried if I'm able to give the time, or obviously just the investment or whatever. If they're on the fence, what would you say to them?
The thing is that if you don't have enough time now, probably not going to have enough time later on. If you think about it that way, the best time to start is yesterday, and the next best time to start is now. There's always going to be something that's going to be important. So obviously for me, it was, I had 3 kids, buying a practice. And even then, I managed to double down and do it. So, I mean, everyone knows having a practice is not the easiest thing, especially when you've just bought one. I'd say if you're on the fence, just think about, look, if you've got goals in mind and you've got something you want to do, but you don't know how you're going to do it, where were you going to start? How are you going to do it? If you kick the can down the road, then you're going to be 40 or 50 and then you realize that you've not done anything that you wanted to do. And you're going to be shackled to the NHS or work forever, and then that's it. And then, I mean, if you've got a young family as well and you're working 5-6 days a week, then you're going to lose the best years of their life by work making money but not really investing in yourself,
and not being able
so
to
I
give your
mean
time
it could
back to the
be.
family.
Exactly. I mean, that's the time you don't get back. They're all families, your kids is only are young for a short amount of time. And after that, they don't want to know you really. So, I mean, if you miss that time, and that's something money can't buy. If you're thinking as if someone who's on the fence thinking, oh, well, should I do it? Should I not? It's going to be the best thing you ever did. And trust me, the group, the people involved, the expertise on each bit it's something, unless you're a very well connected person, you're never going to, a normal person, as associates are, we're quite isolated sometimes. So you're never going to build the network. So if you want to sort of learn the lessons, skip ahead, basically, have a cheat sheet, the course is the best thing to. It'll give you a massive head start on everyone else.
Appreciate it, man. And I think you're a testament. The fact that you've got 3 kids, man, mashallah, you've got a practice that you're working for. Nobody is busier than you. And the fact that you've been able to achieve the results that you've been able to achieve is a testament to how diligent you are, how proactive you are. And I think it's the fact that anyone can get phenomenal results if they're diligent and they're proactive like you. MashaAllah.